I was really cold before this, and now I'm really hot because I'm in my tiny box.
Tiny box.
Oh, my ice doesn't make too much noise.
God, so much noise.
Oh my god, is that mine? Stop. Video started auto-playing.
Yeah, mine too. I was like, I heard the Wookiee call.
Again.
It's gonna be Baka talking to himself.
Alright. Play the intro. Let's do this.
Alright, let me retweet this real quick. Oh my god, it's still auto-playing. Shut up, you. Alright.
Oh, listen to us again.
No.
I like to talk to us. Not usually.
Hello. Hello, guys, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Elite Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm Baka.
What's up?
Wow, Chicken, that's twice in a row you've totally failed that up, because usually you're like, hey guys, and then twice.
It's
2
not
weeks
my fault.
in a row.
It's not my fault this time. I'll go with the last time. It was him.
It's me. It's my fault.
It's Oak over there. He started laughing and talking, so I got my flow got messed up.
Your flow got messed up.
My flow. It's like rocket to the
I
river.
could just like feel your mojo that you had going there.
I know. Don't mess with my mojo. It's important.
You guys are too much for me to handle sometimes.
I know, right?
That's why I have to ignore you for the entire week until we get to.
I'm the only one that Griff's is like foggy.
A little bit on here, but on the stream she looks a lot better.
Okay.
On mine, it's fine. It doesn't tell me that there's an issue.
See, she looks fine on my Skype, but on the stream is where she looks foggy.
Really, on the stream she looks fine, foggy on Skype, but
it's weird.
Hey, you guys in chat, tell us
I'm
how
not
it is.
Foggy there.
Yeah, mine's about like how Oak's is, where it's foggy in the stream, but it's fine on Skype.
Okay, well, they can tell us how it is.
Well, the good thing is her audio works.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I mean, the important part is that I'm here, and that's,
The lens may be dirty.
well, you were the one that was messing with it. It was fine before you messed with it, so.
I broke it.
so
Chicken's
your
fault.
fault.
It's always my fault, whatever. I'm the husband, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Anyway, what's everybody been doing this week? How's your gaming life been?
Grinding and
Dear God, I'm gonna be so happy when you're done with that game.
I know, right? And then Bedlam. I played a little bit of Bedlam.
I have no idea what that is.
Bedlam it's an indie game. It's based on a book, and I haven't gotten too far into the game yet, but I liked the whole concept. It's very similar to the idea of maybe like Ready Player One or something like that, where you're living inside of a game. But in this particular case, you like start off and there's a white wall in front of you, and some dude is talking to you, and your main protagonist, your character, starts talking, and she's like, well, what's going on? And just kind of stuff starts kind of blinking every which direction. And the next thing you know, you're inside of a game. Well, she realizes that she goes through, that she's in the game. But the cool thing I like about it is the fact that it's not, hey, I'm playing a first person shooter and it's in the, I don't know, modern universe of some game, right? It's, hey, I'm starting off in this modern universe, but I might end up in an 8-bit game. Or I might end up in some type of old platforming style game, that type of thing. And so that's what moves the story along, which I think is pretty neat. It's just a different type of concept, and the fact that you can move around. And what I really thought was neat was the fact you can take guns with you from one world to the next.
Right.
And it doesn't matter, whatever the graphics were in the game that it came from is the graphics it continues on with. So if you pulled it from an 8-bit game and you move on, it's still 8-bit. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they did something kind of similar to that in Saints 3 and 4, where if you got stuff from the auxiliary, like, fantasy areas, it would still have that fantasy look. And the cars, too. Like, you drive an 8-bit tank around.
An 8-bit tank.
Yeah, around Stillport, you're like, this is not weird.
Yay, 8-bit. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
2D items in a 3D world.
Yes.
Which side is the real side? Like if you look straight down, does it disappear?
No.
Oh, damn.
That's not how that works. It's still got to be your 3D, so you have to be 3D to sit inside the 2D tank, theoretically. So.
And also theoretically, even though we're looking at something 2D, it's supposed to be 3D. Right?
Right.
So if you think about it, because Mario is not actually just half of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all of his sides, theoretically.
Yeah.
We're just looking at the photograph shot of him. The profile view.
Right.
So play a little bit of that, and did some FIFA and some Destiny, and that's about it. So
nice.
Yep.
We see. I know Chicken did some Fallout.
Yeah, I did Fallout a couple days, and then me and Baka played some Vermintide, which highly recommend.
Good old Vermintide.
Still, gotta kill the Skavens. Need help killing the Skavens. The bots. Send
Kill
help.
the fucking rats.
Send help, please. The bots are stupid. Anybody? Send flares up. Whatever we could do.
Somebody please help us. I will. Not me.
Anybody? I need more flares.
Flars.
I think that's about all. Well, we played a little bit of Ark.
We played Ark last night. Yeah. Our
Raiding
Ark
people's
last
house.
night was great. I kind of wanted to save that. What?
I think the guy. Well, no, it was. Okay, no, never mind. I was thinking he logged back in because I went to go destroy some of the metal, and I was thinking it was 4 hours left last night, but apparently it was like 4 days still.
Yeah, that's 4 days.
It's 14 days for metal, 10 days for stone, 7 days for wood, and 4 days.
It's 3
days for thatch.
Yeah, we got to start converting a lot of our stuff into stone and stuff.
At least
by
the
way.
outside stuff.
Basically, what had happened was, our next door neighbor decided that I guess he was done playing for a while, and that's mistaken Ark. As we just told you, everything has expiration dates, or times, or whatever. So somebody had already raided his yard because his fence was made out of wood. Chicken did not help with that.
Don't give me that. I got you guys 3 monkeys and 4 dilos.
On an accident.
Yeah, that totally makes it up for me.
Yeah, come on now.
The monkeys alone.
The guy's house in the middle of his compound that he had built, since everybody had already raided the dinosaurs that were in the yard, since the fence was wood, the house was made out of stone and metal. And so the stone was coming up at like 1:30 last night, or this morning, I guess. So Baka and Red and I are sitting around, and this guy shows up. We're like waiting. We've been waiting for, a while. We've been there for 45 minutes or so. It's got 15 minutes left or so. And this guy shows up on a Quetzal, which is a huge flying bird, and he's got this platform on the bird's back where he's also flying in 2 mammoths and a Spinosaurus. So he's got 3 giant pack mules essentially on top of his giant bird that he's coming in so he can load up on everything in the house that we've been waiting to get into. It's like, are you serious? First of all, I didn't even know you could put mammoths on that bird's back. Poor bird. Secondly, this is our shit. Get out. Yeah. So Chicken signs in because he was playing GTA with
No Pants,
yeah,
Ivy.
with those guys, and we're like, look, we're gonna need your help because this guy's gonna try to steal everything the second that it's up, and he's got more stuff to pack things onto than we do, and so the guy on the bird decides that he's gonna try to be a dick because Chicken had landed on the roof, and he was trying to like fly around and have his bird push Chicken off the roof because that height it would have killed him to fall that far. And so he's pushing him around, and Chicken's not paying attention because he's still in GTA. And I'm like, oh my God, Chicken, he's trying to push you off the roof because he was right on the edge. The guy pushed him again. By the time Chicken looks back, the way he had pushed him had essentially lagged him down into the roof, and Chicken fell into the building before we could open it. So he got to run in and get all of the stuff that was in there first because that guy was trying to be an asshole.
Yeah.
So fuck you, guy on the Quetzal.
Yeah, I heard her yelling at me, and I was like, what's going on? I look back, and I'm like, where am I? She's like, that guy's pushing you off the roof. I'm like, no, I'm inside the building. There are a bunch of monkeys right here and some Dilophosaurus. I was like,
oh my God, Chicken tamed the monkeys.
So I claimed all of that, and the guy has a huge fucking safe in his house that we can't
get into for like. Well, Red took the floor out from under it, and when it fell, it reset the timer. So 14 days left on that safe.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Should've just left it the way it was.
Right, Red. Ooh. Thanks. I don't even know if he's in the chat right now.
I suppose it gives us more time to try to see if we can figure out what the code is.
Also gives you more time in case that douchebag decides not to come back. You'll know where to go back.
I'm kind of hoping that he forgets about it.
Yeah. We got a lot of cool materials, some more gathering stuff. I found a whole set of metal stuff that I put in our stuff. Put in our storage units.
But we did get a lot of stuff out of it aside from just the dinosaurs. Like, we loaded up every pack mule dinosaur that we had so that we could lug our shit back across the beach to our house. Like, fuck that. Fuck you, other guy. The other guy's tribe was demon chickens too, so you'd think that he would have wanted to be friends with you, Chicken.
Well, he's a demon chicken. I'm a godly chicken.
Get out.
So they're enemies. Got it.
Exactly.
At least you're not a fried chicken.
Another fantastic story. We found one of our dolphins. Itchy.
Yeah. The
Oh
one
my
that Red
goodness.
lost because
Like
when
2
Red
weeks
died.
ago. 2 weeks ago, the motherfucker's been sitting out in the ocean randomly. And Grif saw some guy asking if the Tribe of IR was on and gave us the cord. So I had to go out there and fucking search the ocean, and then I found him.
Yeah.
You found Itchy. Oh.
Yeah.
Red's not allowed to touch him again.
No. He was higher level and fully fed. The motherfucker's been out there surviving on his own for like 2 weeks.
I don't need these humans. What the hell?
Oh my goodness.
Right?
It was glorious.
So wait a second. So Red's not allowed to touch his dolphin.
Nope.
Red's not allowed to touch anything, including himself, anymore.
Nope. He'll lose it.
Yep. Like anything he touches is likely to die, and
He's
I don't know
allowed
if
to
he's supposed to
touch-
risk that.
He's allowed to touch one of the cats, Bertha, Anklo, and Savannah, and that's
It's
pretty much
unfortunate
it.
because he doesn't really like cats that way.
Oh.
Sorry.
Grif could not resist.
I couldn't.
Well, that was the whole point I was going with the dolphin. So it was
Yeah.
kind of.
That's why I said that he's not allowed to touch anything because it's gonna die. I don't know if he wants to risk that. Sorry, everybody took a drink at the same time, so there was like pause. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, damn.
After that, we all needed something.
Sympathy drinker. Sympathy drinker.
I already had my cup in hand.
You hush you.
I was eating cookies. I wasn't drinking anything.
Well, okay, fine. Cookies to you are what like bourbon is to us.
I am a fat kid, so.
So yes. See, Ivy's like, oh my god, you beat me to it. Yep. See, Ivy's corrupted me. Thanks, Ivy. This weekend was BlizzCon, and there are some things to discuss, which may or may not be largely well related because awesome. But I don't know if you saw. Oh, the one thing that it might be relevant to you. I don't know. They had the full launch trailer for the Warcraft movie.
Yeah, I watched it.
So
Oh my god.
From a cinematic point of view, it looks pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah, everybody should
From a-
go see it.
From a Warcraft standpoint of view, I don't know because I don't know that part of it. But yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be interesting, and then you'll be all like, yeah, because some of it you'll be like, I know that name, because you were interested in things like Warcraft 3, which you watched the cinematics for, and all of the Warcraft lore ties in.
Yeah, I like the lore and everything that goes along with that. So I'm assuming is this starting off at one? Like, where's this supposed to start off in the?
The first one, it's Warcraft.
Yeah.
It's when the orcs originally come into the
to Azeroth.
yeah, to Azeroth.
Let me tell you what I did like about it.
It's very pretty.
Well, it is very pretty, but like, because I don't know any of the lore when it comes back to that far, really. But what I did like about it was the fact, from a cinematic standpoint, at least from the trailer, it looked as though the humans and the orcs, there was no bad guys. That makes sense. It looks like you have a war race, but they're not. But they're looking to join themselves together and all that type of stuff. And I like that aspect, especially, because of the way the game is set up. Eventually, it's one of those where you have a, you're going to have two factions eventually on the way it goes on. So I'm interested what they do with this storyline, and if they continue on with what they've done with World of Warcraft along with it, if it is successful, since they do have such a big following.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but I like that aspect of the fact that you don't feel that there's a good or a bad right now, and because a lot of times trailers give everything away.
Right.
Like, they'll turn around, they'll be like, "Oh, this is a bad person. No, you can't have this."
Yeah.
Because I mean, in the Star Wars one, you always know there's a good and there's a bad, right?
Right.
Darth Vader shows up. Okay, he's the bad guy. Well, in some people's opinion, he's a good guy for me. But there's a. I think that was kind of the cool aspect of it. Is he's a likable character. The orc is a likable character, and oh my god, that's cinematic. I mean, the CGI, because it's
Blizzard, man.
that looks fucking realistic, and it's amazing.
That's why this movie has taken so long to come to fruition, because Blizzard is very particular about how things look, and they're not gonna let it be something subpar with their name on it. So,
well, and not only that, they're not going to do it with as much money as they've made off of people. They're not going to do it and not make money on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those things where I'm not going to let this tank the rest of our franchise because this didn't do well. So do you all believe, now that we're on this same subject, you all can finish about the trailer and stuff, but do you all believe that this might be the first good video game movie?
yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh my god. I hope so. We hold Blizzard up to extremely high standards, as they have
I
shown
don't
several
think they're
times.
gonna disappoint.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't saying it's impossible that this movie's just gonna flop. They ruin the lore and all that shit, but the chances of that are extremely, extremely low.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think it's gonna get people who aren't necessarily even like have any sort of association with World of Warcraft at all. I think once the trailer hits TV and everything, and it gets closer to time for the movie to launch, I think you're gonna see a big boost in people that have never played before and probably never will, but they're interested in the movie because it looks cool. I mean, wait, Super Mario Brothers wasn't busy, really.
No.
I love that movie, but I will tell you right now, it was awful. But that's
Yeah, that is a bad movie.
I kind of wonder though.
Grif loves it though.
Still got the Assassin's Creed movie, which should theoretically be coming out around the same time.
It's gonna get
If not a
wrecked.
little after. Well, numbers wise, yeah, but I can't. I don't know how that one's gonna do, man. I don't know how well we're gonna do Assassin's Creed in the big screen.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see because I think one of the things, of course, cinematics wise, there's not a whole lot difference between having the cinematic and having the movie part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is the gameplay. How do you make that work properly?
Yes.
You know, like Prince of Persia, there was the only thing that was halfway decent was the whole stoppage and slowing down of time type of thing that they had. The rest of the movie was just, hey, look at Jake Gyllenhaal half naked. You know, I mean, it was. I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's like,
We're gonna sell this entire movie on shirtless guy.
right?
Yeah, well, theoretically, the assassins will not be half naked, so you can't sell it on that. What are we gonna sell it on, right?
Or they will be, and it's gonna be a surprise to everybody.
Ivy brought up Witcher 3 movie. It's not actually Witcher 3 movie. They're gonna make a Witcher movie based on the books, and CDProjektRED will have nothing to do with it. So the games, according to the movie, will not be canon, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's the
So
games,
be sure that you
universe,
know
and
before you get excited about the Witcher movie that those will be two completely separate entities.
Yeah, we talked about that at one point, and I think the biggest part of that is going to be who they cast as Geralt. Like, that's going to be a major, because he's going to have to carry the movie on his own back, and you got to make sure that you get someone who can carry that kind of movie.
Yeah.
But you think, like with him, is the problem I have now, like nowadays, what's the guy's name that plays Thor?
Chris Hemsworth?
I think so. He's in everything, and he's a superhero of some sort in everything he does, which, granted, he's built like a fucking superhero.
He's very attractive. I'd watch half-naked Chris Hemsworth.
Right, which is funny because he used to be like an Australian soap opera.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I could watch that. Maybe not, even without the shirt.
But I mean, I think it's one of those where you got to kind of move away from him doing something similar to that. I think it would, even though he looks good in long hair, it'd be. I feel like you would have to go a different route than someone. I mean, almost do it not necessarily an unknown name, but somebody that's up and coming and not somebody that's already established for that, and then have the characters around him more established to build that character. But I don't know. I guess you just kind of have to see. I know that like the maybe the dude from Sons of Anarchy. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
I have no idea what that guy's name is, but I know what his face looks like.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
No, I don't find him particularly attractive.
Yeah.
That's why I know what his face looks like, because everybody's like, oh my god, look at this guy. Oh, I got like slamming pictures on your freaking Twitter feed. It's like, he's not. Okay, fine, whatever. That is your cup of tea, not mine.
Yep. So maybe somebody like him or something. But to me, you've got to find somebody with an accent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where the books are based. I'm assuming they're not in America. You know,
Probably not, considering there's dragons and shit.
Right. So I would just think an accent would go along with it, or they could just find somebody like Kevin Costner, not like now Kevin Costner, but like they did for Prince of Thieves, and just have a very non-existent British accent, right? So.
No. I will bring it back since we were talking about actors, and Ivy had mentioned Travis Fimmel is he Antoine Lothar?
Yes.
Yes.
He is our great hero.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him because he does have a little bit of an accent, but I don't think it's gonna be like you're not gonna be distracted by it. I think it's gonna fit. It's gonna fit.
Well,
right.
now here's one thing on the trailer I did notice, and I've got to rewatch it for the third time. I've got to rewatch it to see if I still pick it up or not. There's certain parts where it sounds like he's got the accent, but when he's yelling,
Yes.
he says it doesn't sound like he has the accent. And it's almost like is that natural or not? You know,
Yeah,
'cause
it is. It is his actual accent.
yeah, because it was where no, I mean, did he mean to do that?
Oh,
Because it's kind of like, you know, if you think about somebody like the Beatles or someone like that that's British from in or even Adele, when they sing, they don't sing with that, you know, an accent. They can have the strongest drawl ever when it comes to whatever accent they have, but when they sing more natural and fluid, and it just sounds pretty. And I'm
right.
just wondering, if it's the same thing when he yells, like if it just goes into like this non-accent based thing. Or, it's like the opposite of mine. When I start yelling, my southern drawl just pulls in real quick.
Yeah, it
So,
may be something like that. I don't know. I actually had noticed. Now I'm gonna go watch it again and see.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
giving me an excuse to watch it another 15 times.
I know, right?
But I mean, it's fun for people who know the Warcraft lore. Like Chicken and I were all about it because we were talking about last night. Who else? Like they did a freeze frame of one of the screens from the trailer, and it's like, okay, so this is King so and so. This is
King Lane Rin.
Yes,
the
thank you.
father of Varian Rin.
I was gonna
you
say
get to see
Lane, but
Varian
that's
as a
wrong.
child too. Oh,
That's what I was excited about. Is
don't
we're
make
like,
me
okay,
go
so
into
that's Khadgar, so that
shot
means
by
that
shot.
kid is probably
Varian.
Varian. And it's like, oh my god, Varian. And then of course at the same time, since it was BlizzCon, we got the trailer for Legion, the cinematic opener, which we get to see Varian currently. I thought I was gonna cry watching the trailer. I almost did, and Foxy was here too, and I was like,
it's okay. He was just respecking in the water. It's okay. Fury better than arms. Confirmed.
There's one scene where Varian gets his ship is going down and it's one of the airships and it hits the water and he is in the water with all of his armor on. You're like, you're gonna drown, he's gonna die, and it looks like he gives up. And then of course, you know, he's one of those true warrior types, so something clicks and his eyes pop back open. He's like, I'm not done yet, and starts jumping out of the water and killing a bunch of folks. It's great. Varian is my hero.
Varian is, and Sylvanas. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, the rework they gave Sylvanas, like they were gonna give her a graphical update. Foxy told me that, but the thing is, we didn't know what it was gonna look like. The spoilers, it's not spoilers, you can go see the trailer right now.
Yeah, go watch the trailer.
Yeah, this is all from the trailer. This is not anything to do with the actual gameplay. But yeah, Sylvanas shows up on her boat, and you're like, oh, I'd do her.
Oh, she's so much more badass than what she was before. Oh my god.
Crazy good.
This is like her second graphical upgrade now?
Third.
Oh,
Third. The first one, her first formation was fine. Then they updated her, the Wrath of the Lich King. Then they updated her again because people didn't like that version of her, and now they're updating her again.
She looks great.
She does look great.
Oh, she looks so badass. Oh my god.
Yes, for sure. Oh my god.
I can't wait. Legion, they were like summer 2016, and I'm like, oh.
Well, I know
that's what Grif is doing.
Yeah.
Well, at least you get summer. Like for Outlast, I have an October, like next
Yeah, but
year.
you get a month. It's like the thing at the bottom after it said like summer of 2016, it was like before or by June 21st or something like that. And I'm like, you can't even tell me like a month or anything so that I can start like warning employers now. I mean, like, look, here's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna come in really groggy and upset.
Oh, that first half of next year is gonna be huge for Blizzard. They've got all of their stuff coming out.
Yeah, they showed off Overwatch quite a bit too, and it looks really, really good. Although there are some people that are upset about it because everybody thought it was going to be free to play. It's actually going to be a retail game. I think it's retailing for us for $40. For
$40 for the PC digital version only. $60 for the Origin version, which is for PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
And then there's the Founder version or something like that. Yeah.
The collector's edition is $100.
$130.
Yeah. And so people are a little miffed because they thought it was going to be free to play, but
yeah, but that was a rumor that.
Yeah, like, Blizzard never said it was going to be.
No, they asked Blizzard, and they said we're exploring the idea.
Yeah,
well, that doesn't mean yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. We have Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm, which are two fantastic fucking games, and those are free to play. That's fine. And with the bundle, you get all of the heroes, and if you get the $60 version for PC, you get all the heroes and then a few cool ass skins. Which, I mean, well, that's definitely not a lose scenario right there.
Yeah,
I'm totally down.
I think it's gonna be neat.
I think Red pre-ordered the collector's edition for Overwatch.
Yeah,
so.
he did.
Did he?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
Okay.
Oh, and
So he gets a little statue.
another thing that I wanted to throw in there, they are looking to update Diablo 2, Warcraft 3, and StarCraft, the original ones.
So they're gonna remaster essentially.
Yeah, they're going to kind of touch it up and make it so that it works better with the newer version of Windows, which I think is really neat. And I'm pretty sure they're just going to let whoever already has it just kind of update their version of the game. So you just download new version of the game,
New stuff.
which is pretty fucking neat. I mean, so there's that.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
BlizzCon was not disappointing this year, so that was great. I mean, we were super hyped about all the World of Warcraft stuff, but we're not going to sit here and make you listen to it for hours on end, because we could go on for hours.
Well, for Hearthstone, they're having another expansion, League of the
Yeah.
Oh
Explorers.
yeah, that's right.
It's pretty fucking neat. I like their little cinematic trailer for it. Leroy Jenkins sitting in the movie theater.
Eating popcorn.
And then his little mustache flies up at the end. Oh my goodness.
I don't know why Leroy is so excited about it, but it's really cute.
Because he's always excited about, just running into danger. Because
Leroy
that's
does
what-
not think before just charging in.
I know. He's just like, danger? I'm not gonna yell
All
it
right,
out.
we could all potentially die from this. Leroy!
Just run in and die. Leroy, what the hell are you doing? God damn it, Leroy!
Shut up, I have chicken!
I'm actually, I'm currently reading Armada, which is the sequel. Well, it's not the sequel. It's the second book by the same guy that wrote Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
And Leroy is actually mentioned in the book because the friends of the main character actually call him Leroy Jenkins. You're never a team player. You're just Leroy Jenkins. I told you several times. Stop calling me that. It's just like,
it's so crazy how that guy has become a cult hit. Basically,
Yes.
when you think of somebody like that, you just call him a Leroy Jenkins.
Like automatically, you don't even think about it.
Don't go Leroying into that damn room, guys. God.
Hey, that should be my middle name.
Griff
Clearly
Leroy
gonna dig up his
Jenkins.
grave, even though I've gotten warned several times because I do want more.
Right? Since we're talking about
Fantastic.
trailers and everybody in chat is super hyped about Fallout, because why wouldn't you be super hyped about it? Did you guys see the launch trailer this week?
no.
Because,
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, it's so beautiful.
you are fired.
I
Get
cannot
out.
wait.
I'm sorry. There's this, there was kind of a football game yesterday that I was paying attention to instead of doing this normally.
It came out like Tuesday.
Sorry, I worked. I don't know.
I have a bunch of excuses. Let me go get my paper real quick.
Yeah, no, hold on.
Here I
got my
some
sheet
BS
right here,
excuses.
and-
Let me get to that.
Let's see. Not babysitting. Not working. Oh, Dragon Attack.
I'm
me.
watching it right now.
Dragon
So I can read it.
Taxi. Oh,
We'll
God.
go with that one.
Well, since he is watching it currently, don't forget that if you pre-ordered the digital copy through Xbox One, you likely need to uninstall that and reload it.
Yes.
So there's your PSA, Xbox One people. Refix that shit. That's right.
Why is it the only Xbox One version of it?
I don't know because
Because it was a
Microsoft is.
placeholder file. They had originally put placeholder files on both, and for some
Oh, okay.
reason the Xbox One didn't get theirs replaced, so it was still the placeholder. So you can preload it, but it's empty.
That's right. I got to delete some space on my Xbox.
I deleted Destiny.
I'm glad I don't have any space because it keeps telling me every time I load up, it's like you need to download a Destiny update for 34 gigs.
Uninstall it. I
I'm like,
did.
no.
I uninstalled
Destiny.
it so it would stop asking me. It's like, stop talking to me. Destiny, it's not happening. Just uninstall. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
it wants me to install Tomb Raider, and it's like, stop it. No.
Stop! I don't want to download
I will
anything.
install it when I am ready. Stop telling me.
Tomb
every
Raider.
time.
It's once you install Tomb Raider.
Yeah, because I got the Tomb Raider, whatever the
Games
last
with Gold,
was.
the
Yeah,
first
100
one.
Games with Gold.
Oh, okay.
So it's in my queue, and it keeps wanting me to tell it that it's okay to download it, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. Just give me a minute.
I'm
Let
not
me
ready.
think about
God,
this.
give me a
Not
damn
ready yet.
second.
I really like the fact that Fallout 4 is looking more steampunkish than ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I think it looks really, really freaking great.
Yeah, I can't wait to dive in. I'll probably be. Well, let's see. It's gonna take maybe about an hour, hour and a half because Xbox is really slow for installing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably start around 10 o'clock and then play till like 1 o'clock. All night.
That's assuming that you can stop. But yeah, we'll be picking that up. Since ours is a Target pre-order, we have to wait for Target to open. So hopefully by 10 we'll have that kind of ready to go. So we'll see.
Hey, get some Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Yeah, goes Target. Yay! Don't forget if you want your Nuka-Cola Quantum. That is a Target exclusive, everybody.
I'll be glowing by the end of the night because all of the radiation.
Man.
Well, you won't need a nightlight anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, you'll probably have to not sleep in the bedroom because that will be too bright for me. So, get out.
Hey, at least when I play Damned, I'll just like walk around all glowing and whatnot. I'm gonna get you guys.
We can see
Oh, look, there's Chicken. He's glowing.
the sun has entered the room. Let's leave.
Oh, it's too bright. It's too bright.
Digital pre-order.
We need
See,
to
I
go
knew
back to our
Pants and
dark
Ivy
corner.
probably did. So you guys be sure reload that if you've
Yeah.
already preloaded.
Preloaded. I like my hard copies.
Yeah, I do
So do
too.
I.
I'm kind of a
Hard-
crack fan,
Yeah.
but
I mean, come on. There's
I like them
nothing-
because I can let my friends borrow them.
There's nothing like an old version of a hard copy.
Cartridges.
Yeah. Old cartridges.
I like one of the things I was thinking about with Fallout is one of the issues that people had with Fallout 3 was it's all the same color, which is something they had a problem with in Gears of War and everything. But now they're complaining that Fallout 4 looks like it has too much color. What's the happy medium with color?
The rule is you can't please everybody. Let them fucking cry. Because seriously, people will always find something to complain about, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got a perfect painting. They're like, oh, that corner is bent a tiny bit. This whole fucking painting is ruined. Go redo it. No, motherfucker. It's perfect. So, you know people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with the color. I think it's high time. We've been in the wasteland for long enough at this point that surely we're starting to have some things that don't look, ugly anymore. Like, we're finally starting to pull ourselves back a little bit. We can't live in this, green and brown wasteland forever.
What? Green and brown.
I know, it's like the stereotypical color palette for apocalyptic.
I'm just wondering if it's one of those things where they turn around and they go, okay, we only have so much in our budget. Let's
How big can we do this?
Yeah, we will make a big world, but we can't color anything.
Yeah. Well, and Mortal brought
Okay,
up
we're going
that
post-apocalyptic. Boom, done.
he liked the lack of color for post-apocalyptic. Yeah, but we've got to move on from that and start rebuilding at some point. We cannot just live in a post-apocalyptic world forever because
Amen to
eventually
that.
people are going to be like, you know what? Let's be civilized again because this is ridiculous.
Yep.
And I think that that's what we're doing with Fallout 4 is we're starting to see people are coming together and trying to make their cities better so that, we had Megaton in 3.
As you guys
and-
are fully
Yeah,
acquainted with.
and everything's rusted and ugly. And I think people are just going to get, like, if you lived in that city, you'd be like, you know what? I'm really tired of looking at all the goddamn rust around here. Can we paint this or something? And I think that that's what's happening is we're starting to make that move back towards civilization maybe in 4, which is why we're seeing more color. And besides, it's, it's visual variety. We need some of it. If everything looks the same, it is so goddamn boring.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I like the way Fallout was, and I kind of feel like Fallout 4 is the literal progression of it.
Yes.
We're moving forward, society. I mean,
Now, did you ever play 1 and 2?
I did not. I know that they were turn-based, and
I have watched people play the first 2. I think Danny O'Dwyer's the one that I watched play 2 all the way through.
I think I watched play 2. I never seen first one. And 2 was very similar. Of course, it looks different because it's top down, but it was very, very similar in the way that it was designed. But now 3, of course, it brought you into the world.
Yeah.
So
right.
But I mean, it looks good. I'm super excited about it. Let's blow up some vertebrates and, shoot some death claws. I'm all about it.
Hell no. Fuck that shit. You take that back. We do
You don't
not
want to
fuck
shoot
with
some death claws?
We do not fuck with death claws.
Why
at
not?
all. Because
Why
they
not?
killed Doge Meat like 60 fucking times. And they killed my ass too. It's like, oh, Deathclaw, I'm gonna go to the other side of the fucking wastelands. I'll see you guys in a week or so.
that's all.
Yeah, it's like, fuck Deathclaws, man. Fuck
They
them.
suck.
Well, you're gonna probably. I'm imagining that you're gonna have to kill some this time around. So
Why? I didn't kill any last time around, and I beat the game.
Yeah, but last time was different.
That's in this
Yeah.
time, and that
They're
aspect
going to
is-
put like 50 death claws at the very end of the game, specifically just for you, Chicken, and you have to kill every last one of them to finish.
You want to know what I'm going to do then?
Chicken
I'm
claw.
going to gather all of my fucking mines, and I'm going to create a huge fucking minefield, shoot one, and just run away. boom, 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 boom. One dead. Boom, 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 boom. Dead. Fuck that shit. Just setting up mines everywhere. I won't kill. I won't deal with a single
These
one
are
of
Michael Bay death claws. They're immune to explosions.
Immune to explosions. It's like Chicken is setting his own difficulty modifier. Killing no death claws unlocks a 5G life achievement.
Hell yeah, it works for me. I don't want to deal with death
transform
claws.
into a giant death claw.
Oh god. Deathclaw Prime.
Deathclaw Transformers, yeah. Or, you know, like Voltron Transformers, they're all going to come together.
That's right.
If you don't kill them as you go, by the end of the game, you have to deal with, like, Ultra Mega Deathclaw Voltron. It's going to be awful for you. Because you didn't kill any through the campaign. Good job.
I bet I could if I used my mini nukes, but I was never that kind of person. I got like 16 mini nukes in my locker. Like this little locker is like a fucking 2 foot by 4 foot locker, and it's got like 60 missiles in it, 3 mini nukes, rocket launchers.
It's a locker of holding. It is enchanted so that you can put anything in it.
Yeah, no,
Magic locker.
Put Dogemeat in there, put Wadsworth in there, climb up in there.
I'm gonna live in here now, guys. Where does he go every night? Into that locker, but it doesn't seem big enough. You're inside, like, enjoying all of your space.
Yeah. Lavish locker.
Lavish.
With Wadsworth telling you dad jokes all night.
Oh.
Wadsworth, please stop talking, Wadsworth.
His jokes are awful, but I'm sure that they're meant to be.
Yes.
Hey, there is nothing awful with a bad joke.
Except for the joke itself.
It's the reaction that you're looking for, though. When people turn around and go, "Oh man, oh!" See, that's what's funny. That's the funny part.
Oh my god.
Especially puns. That's what makes puns great.
Well, yes. Be sure that you come and check out Chicken on Twitch on Tuesday because we will be here all day. Well, he will be here. I have no idea what I'll be doing.
I'll be here all week.
Yeah, all week. We'll be playing Fallout. So do it.
Hey, Fallout.
There are a couple of other things. Like the news this week was largely BlizzCon and Fallout
and
stuff.
whatnot.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
idea why that is. But
I'm just so disappointed. There's not one fucking thing on Tomb Raider on this damn thing, and it comes out the same day as Fallout.
because there was legitimately
one
nothing
cares.
to talk about, and no one cares.
That's not true. That's what I'm playing.
People care, but the problem is Fallout is so much more important. Sorry,
Yep.
Tomb Raider.
I mean, Tomb Raider, Fallout. I'm gonna go with Fallout.
I would not be surprised if Tomb Raider sees a very poor launch numbers-wise, just because people had to make a choice. Do you want Fallout or Tomb Raider? And people are largely going to probably go Fallout.
I think for opening day, I think you're right. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be one of those things where even mom and dad, somebody's going to turn around and go, "Okay, what do you want for Christmas?" And they're going to go, "Well, I'd really like this right now, but I want Tomb Raider 2." And so they might get Tomb Raider like closer as you get to your Christmas
Only if you have
sales.
an Xbox One, though.
Yeah.
Because
Then
Tomb
those-
Raider is an
those-
exclusive for a year. That is so stupid.
That is too damn long.
That is so stupid. And I'm glad that Microsoft, after that, kind of realized that they were burning people and stepped away and said, you know what, we're gonna not do that. We're not gonna worry about like timed exclusivity and shit like that for a while. It's not important. Everybody should be able to play everything when it happens. Granted, you know PlayStation's not gonna play the same way, but it makes Microsoft look like a better guy. Granted, they're looking pretty awful after this.
Speaking of which, while we're in the middle of this, my GameStop is calling me. My local game.
So to remind you that your pre-order for Tomb Raider,
That's
Your
weird.
pre-order is
Tomb Raider
coming
and
up.
Fallout 4. I've got both.
it'd be nice to be made of money like that.
Yeah.
Then you just fall apart in the
Called
wind.
pre-order. Pre-order.
Into Lent. Nice. Well, Konami closed their Metal Gear studio in LA. So are we still, do you think they're like still under the illusion that Kojima still works for them, or is it finally sinking in and they're like, "Oh, damn it. Let's start closing shit that has his name on it."
I don't know. I think that it's finally over. Kojima's off on an island vacationing for some reason, and Metal Gear Solid.
Because he's made all this money and
He bought an island.
yeah.
I mean, they opened the studio like 2 years ago so that it could be part of Kojima Productions to help with Metal Gear Solid 5 and Metal Gear Online. And I guess now that it's out, they're like, he's not coming back, you guys. Let's
The
just
thing that-
close his stuff.
The thing that
I
kills
could
me
have
is
swore he just said it was a vacation, but no.
there's okay. Here's the thing: is like I'm reading up on this, and it's like when the guy originally tweeted it out, it says breaking rumor tells me that Konami shut down the Kojima Productions LA studio, taking with it approximately 35 jobs just before Christmas. There are 35 people that worked on this game.
Yeah.
Well, 35 people that lost their jobs. The other 18,000 are still there, hoping the lights come back on.
They could be sent to other studios.
Maybe so, but I was just thinking, wow, that's just. I would think there'd been a little bit more than 35 people to work on such a big.
Well, apparently it's a small studio because it said at its peak, the LA studio employed between 50 and 60 people. The recent months have seen that number dwindle. Thank you, Eurogamer, by the way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was apparently a very small offshoot anyway, and now they're just like, we don't actually, he's not coming back. We don't need those people anymore. Let's just close that. Let's close that. We'll cut half of them and absorb the other half into other parts of Konami to work on our poker games. So.
Poker games?
Soccer.
Well, they're doing soccer and the casino games.
Oh, nice.
So,
there's not enough companies that make those.
But it's Konami, and obviously
maybe they don't make it as
selling
well.
on their name,
They'll have ones with, sniper with big boobs and.
Yeah, they can do a licensing. That way, you pull the thing, and if you get
pull the lever and watch them jiggle. Wait.
3 of Quiet's boobs in a row.
You win $10 million, you're still sitting there playing. Like, all the coins are all over the floor. You're like,
I don't even care.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's sad.
And they complain about regular gamers that just play video games and live in their mom's basement, according to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. What about the guy at the casino with the wiggly boobs?
It's like googly eyes. You
see
just
this?
stick them on things. Wow.
They're
That's
not even
awful.
wiggling in sync anymore. I don't know.
I don't know what I should think about this, but I can't look away.
Well, see,
Save my
obviously I'm
money.
going to win this because now they started rotating clockwise instead of counterclockwise.
God, it's awful.
Like you
God,
figure out
that's
the
awful.
pattern.
See, and Konami's gonna listen to this and be like, "This is actually really a good idea to make money. Let's do this."
You already put squishy boobs on an action figure.
Right? And justified it because
Because boobs.
it's realistic.
why do you need that? Okay, I don't want to know. If you're at home filling up your action figure, with her little squishy boobs, don't talk to me about it. I don't want to know.
Are you sure? You sure you don't want to know?
No, I'm sure because you probably have other dolls that you play with too, and I definitely don't want to know about them.
Oh.
We're looking at you, Baka, and all your dolls.
What?
yeah, that's right. All behind.
Because you're legitimate action figures, none of them have squishy parts.
Start
As
filling
far
up
as
the
you
Joker
know.
back there behind you. We're gonna have a talk.
No, none of them are squishy. Trust me.
he checks
He's
on a
felt it
daily
to make
basis.
sure.
Yeah. He wants to
Well,
make
I
sure.
gotta make sure none of them are gonna become demonic and turn alive on me. So there's usually a routine checkup.
Yeah.
Turn your head and cough, bitch.
It's not coughing. Okay, you're a doll. Go back up there.
You're safe for another day.
Oh my God.
Not a
That's
demon.
So gross. So gross.
Uh.
Okay, shifting gears a little bit. Did you guys see, and I just put this on here because I thought it was funny myself. Did you see the graphical comparison between the Xbox One version and the Xbox 360 version of the Black Ops 3 game? Which, by the way, if you're playing it on 360 or PS3, you were only playing the multiplayer. It is no campaign. Did you see it?
It is some of the funniest
I'm
stuff
pulling it
I've
up now.
ever seen. Okay.
They gave up so much. Like, they were just like, you know what? Nobody really gives a damn about the last gen version. So,
Oh my god.
yeah. There's things like in the 360 or the Xbox One version, it's a cool looking car and some, rubble around it and everything. You see the Xbox or the 360 version and it's a box.
And like a giant rock.
Yeah, we gave
Oh.
up here, guys. We just totally phoned it in. But you bought it for $50 anyway because our campaign's only worth 10.
Well, what kills me is like, okay, what I'm looking at is not just the background, okay? Because there's some really cool stuff between the two,
Yes.
that's going on in the Xbox One version of the game. What kills me is I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm going, there's actual walking animation.
Yeah, there's
Like,
the gun sway. in
Yeah,
the
you can
new
see the
version.
gun swaying. Yeah, and then you go to the 360 and it's just.
It looks like Halo
stagnant.
2. It's like the graphics that you would see around the time of maybe late Halo 2, early Halo 3 era graphics, and that's almost 10 years ago. That's 8 years back when we had Halo 3 at 2007. And
I
you
love-
couldn't even manage that. Like, that's the level that you couldn't live up to on 360.
I like
VR.
the fact they installed a laundry room in place
Yeah.
of like a bunch of computer screens.
Yeah, it's like, here's a bunch of high-tech shit, and they're like, here's some laundry things because they're just squares that we can put on the last gen stuff. In the Xbox One in the forest, it's like, here's a bunch of rocks and a lot of ground clutter and the trees and stuff and whatnot. And here's the old version is like, here's a tree and one big rock.
You're totally in a forest.
I'm totally convinced they made the map and then they copied paste and was like, hey, you new guy intern, come over here. Just put some shit on this map.
Yeah.
Just use all of these little things over here. Good job.
Whatever you want to throw up there, as long as it's not graphically intense, it doesn't cost a lot of money. Just copy paste whatever the hell you want.
Exactly. Yeah. Just kind of like let it sit down.
Like here's
your vehicle in the better model of the two. You have an actual vehicle, and in the other one, it's the forest one you were talking about. They seriously
it's a stack of boxes.
Yeah, it's a freight boxes, right?
Yeah.
It's awful.
You're like,
so we can't draw a car. I could draw a square. If you want me to draw, I could do that.
Well, and like the map that's inside on the Xbox One version, it's got, nice inset ceiling lights. There's water pouring through the ceiling because it's in a state of decay. There's like some display cases onto the side that have different kinds of plants in them. On the 360 version, it's some track lighting because we can't do recessed lighting for some reason. There's no water coming in from the ceiling because they fixed that leak between the old one and the new one, I guess. And there's nothing in the display cases. They're just broken glass display cases. It's like, yeah, that's classy. Just, if it was going to be that fuck awful, you just should have been like, we can't do this for last gen. Sorry. But instead, they were like, you know what? People will still pay $50 for this. Let's do it.
For some reason. I don't know.
Sorry, players who bought Black Ops 3 on 360 or PS3. I actually really feel like you got shafted a lot more than you should have. Because the maps aren't even particularly good looking. Like, they really phoned it in and charged you $50 for it, and I'm sorry.
And it's not even a system limitation thing on it, because they've done way better on the other Call of Duty games, as far as graphics and everything. Yeah. This was basically just, let's throw shit together, people give us $50 for it.
It was a very lazy money grab is what it was. Because, the like you said, the graphics have been better on past 360 games for that same franchise. They just phoned it in.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me, because it's one of those, okay, well, our last game that we had, it looked pretty decent because, we were kind of in that transition phase and everything going on there. Game before that, it looked pretty decent again, transition phase. And then they're like, hey, for this version of it, can we just hire students that don't know what the fuck they're doing?
Yeah.
They got the
What's
little
the
basic
cheapest
stuff.
labor we can get?
And then like you got this one guy that's, that kind of knows what he's doing. He's got all this graphical stuff that's on there, and he goes up and he tries to touch all the shit up. And they're like, no, we don't pay you enough for that.
Yeah. You step back. We're not paying you for that. You get back to work on the other stuff that we pay you for.
That's right.
Yeah, they really phoned it in. Sorry, Call of Duty fans. You got shafted this go.
Awful.
Yes.
I don't get it. It's like it's a bit.
Don't.
You've got 80 million.
Don't even think about it anymore.
80 million people on a 360 alone, and I can't remember how many's on a PS3. And it's like, I get it. If you don't have the space for the campaign, I get that. Don't phone the best part of what everybody's buying the game for in the first place out there. It makes no sense.
Yes.
It makes no sense. Don't.
Yeah, it feels like a $10 game they paid $50 for.
Yeah. It's like, no.
I'd be so pissed if I got a hold of that.
I know.
Well, I'd take it back in a heart. Well, I guess you can't.
No, you can't.
Well, but what's going to happen
is
you're going to have, a kid that's too young to be playing the game in the first place, whose mom and dad went and spent their hard-earned money on it because their kid loves to play the game, and it's not going to go any different. This kid's going to pick up, and he's going to think it's the greatest thing ever until he goes to his buddy's house that just got a brand new Xbox One, and mom and dad got that game for him, and then he's going to be all pissed off. And it's just like, and then mom and dad find out, and they go, holy shit, what's going on? Or it's one of those things where, like, kid has dad's old 360, dad buys brand new version, sees what he paid $50 for on his kids, and went, I should never bought that shit. That'd been so.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Which, I mean, I'm all for you still having fun, and you can justify it all you want, fans being like, I still have a lot of fun with this, and I don't care what the graphics look like, but you should. You paid $50 for just multiplayer. You should fucking give a damn.
Well,
shadowing matters.
Okay.
There's no shadowing in that shot.
No, there's none. They cut out everything important and said, you know what, let's just not.
Because that's part of it, right? Because, based on the way you're dressed, whatever, you come out of a corner, you might be shadowed a little bit and darker. So it gives you an advantage, a tactical advantage. There is no tactical advantage in this. It's just shoot things and die.
Shoot things.
You just shoot them. You get in there and you take your gun and you shoot them. This is what we do when we start. I mean, that's exactly what I feel like it is. It's like,
Or throw a knife and hit them in the shoe, and it's an insta kill.
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
Cut their shoe, they die. Whatever.
Actually, I actually had a friend do a double ricochet with a knife and kill somebody.
Wow.
He did. He threw it. He was in the habit of just throwing a knife straight up in the air just to see if he could ping somebody, and it bounced off of like a silo or some shit, hit a pipe, and then came down and nailed a guy and killed him.
Wow.
At the beginning of one of the games, and I was like, I don't even know how you do that, but okay, cool.
Since we're talking about multiplayer and Shadow giving you an advantage and things, I did not link this article to you because I didn't think that we would have time to talk about it, but I will talk about it anyway since we do have a little bit of time and I don't want to launch into the other big conversation that we could have. We'll save that for next week. Halo 5 shrunk the motion sensor, your little round motion sensor map used to be like 30 meters is how big you could see. They shrunk it down to 18, which means a guy could be like seriously right in front of you before you see him on your motion sensor. People are having issues with it because some of the other things like the sprint stuff, then some of the other boosts totally negate your need for the motion sensor at all at this point. So people are complaining because it's useless. And Halo or Bungie, God damn it. I'm so used to that
343.
Yes, I'm so used to that being synonymous with Halo. 343 justified it in saying that there were people that if you're good at the game, you spend all of your time looking at the mini-map and you could figure out where everybody's at because you always learn the maps. So people who were lesser skilled were at a disadvantage because of that. And the way I looked at it was that's what made me a better player with Halo is learning to use my mini-map and figure out, okay, this blip is in front of me. I need to learn how far away that blip is from me on certain maps, where they're even at, But now it's pretty much negated the need for it. Players feel like it's not useful at all because by the time you see somebody on your radar, they're already in your face and you're dead.
Well, I mean, you're saying they're saying 18 meters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. To give you an idea on 18 meters, that's still.
I'll just do 18 times 3.
It's 50. Yeah, I mean, it's still 50 feet basically.
It's 50 feet, but 50 feet is close enough for guns to seriously go ahead and.
Well, it is, but the maps aren't very large to start with. I mean, your maps are.
Some of them are, like the
Really?
Warzone maps
Yeah.
are huge.
Well, the Warzone ones, yes. But what I'm saying is like your other, and maybe they needed to vary it between the two, and they can't. I don't know. But
Well, I think with
to be honestly, since I've played the multiplayer, I can tell you now it did not affect my gameplay, and I used the map, and I was able to play it that way. So I mean, if they can't, my deal is this: if you can play the game, and I understand that from day one we've had one at a certain size at what would you say it was 30 meters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 30 meters. That's a long way. I mean, that's nearly 100 feet. So if you're looking at
100 feet through terrain and such. It's not like you've got 100-foot clear shot view.
Right, which I understand, but it's one of those where if from a tactical standpoint, if you're good enough of a player, then and you should still be able to use the map and still be able to play. The difference is it doesn't give you a full out advantage the whole way, which is part of the deal. There's people that take a big advantage of using that map that's on there. I never did, but
I did. That, like I said, that's what made me a better Halo player is learning how to use that map. It was such a huge advantage once you figured it out.
Right, but with people not using the map as often, I would actually argue the fact that if you learn to use the newer map, you would actually have a more tactical advantage.
But if you use the newer map, it doesn't register the sprinters until they've already hit you. So if somebody's sprinting at you, even with the map and it's smaller size, you don't know they're there until you're getting hit. Like they run up and do their Spartan
They're not
charge.
that fast. Yeah, they're not that fast. I mean, the Spartan charge is maybe 10 feet.
But you can only see 15 feet. So by the time that they're on your map, they hit their sprint.
50.
50?
18 meters.
Then I don't understand why everybody's so upset about it.
Right,
because
that's what I'm trying to
watching
say.
stuff on YouTube, it is one of those things where it's like as soon as they show up on the map, you're getting shot and you're dead as soon as they show up on your map.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, cutting nearly half of the radar off, and this is from a really good multiplayer player. Okay, when I use the radar, I can completely basically register a three-dimensional view in my head of where exactly the person is on the map because I know every map so well. This is from Halo 3 experience.
Right.
Like on the Snowfall map, I could tell you where they are, above or below, or in the base, above or below, or anywhere based on how they are on the radar. If you cut half of my vision off, if I'm trying to move, I only have like a quarter of the time to assess what's going to happen in that small period of time. And if they've already seen me trying to find them, then I'm going to die. And especially if they have a Spartan boost or whatever, they can close that gap and kill me even quicker. So it puts people like me who are so accustomed to playing with the radar, because 90% of the time I'm staring at the radar. I will move my character based on the radar, like just watch the radar and move, because the peripheral vision I can move and still be able to see, and that's why stealth is so important. When you crouch, you're not on the radar, and that gives you a huge advantage. It's like they give people passive crouch because they cut your vision in half, and by the time it's going to be too late.
Well,
if you walk up on
basically
somebody.
what it is it's giving everybody a handicap so that you can accommodate players who aren't as good because they don't have that skill level, or they're not willing to learn that skill level.
And
I mean,
that's where the secret MMR comes into play, which I think they've always had, levels and things like that, experience and points like that. That's where that stuff starts coming in handy. Like, I was a Brigadier. My matchmaking rating was much higher than, say, Baka's or Grif's, so I got placed up against much better players most of the time, and we were all around the similar skill cap, and we could always have good games because we all kind of knew how to play at that level. So that's my thing. Cutting the radar nearly in half is
gimping good players so that bad players can have a better chance. Because
pretty much.
Want to continue to.
I would argue the fact that a good player is actually going to really learn how to adapt and use that map.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to. That's
but I mean, the thing is, and I'm sorry, if you keep the same thing going every single year, you become Call of Duty, first of all. But the other thing about it is, and I understand the whole concept of you're used to a bigger to go to a small, and now you're going to a smaller. It's not that much smaller. It is half, but it's still a large area.
It's not that much smaller. It's just half.
No,
it's like saying you have this much space, but
I'll put it like
whatever, it's half.
Is a good distance. That's
yes.
I mean, that's a far distance. That is not something in 100 feet is way too damn far. I mean,
it was never too far in the old games.
And I'll put it like this: in League of Legends, if they cut any character's range by even a millimeter, it completely throws you off, because everything, all your muscle memory, everything that you've learned up to that point is completely changed. Like, you have to start over from the beginning, and it's basically forcing good players to start over so that the new players have at least a chance
to adapt. And if it's a good player, because your reaction time is better than somebody that's not as good, what it's doing is putting everybody on a level playing to start with. Yes, I don't disagree with that. But what I am saying is the good players are going to continue to be good. They're never going to change not being good. They're just, it's not going to be one of those things where you pick up the game and you go, oh my God, I suck at this game now. I can never play this game again because even the suck players are better than I am. It's not going to work that way, because you're a better player than that. You're going to adapt. You're going to figure out a way to do it and make it happen. And that's the way all good players are. The thing is you're going to take advantage of it. You're going to figure out intricacies of the game that somebody else is not going to figure out, that I'll never figure out of the game. I could play the game for 24 hours a day. Well, not 24 hours a day, because then I'm going to get sleep. 10 hours a day for 6 straight months. You could pick up the game in your case, probably for 2 days and be better than I am. And even if I memorized everything and everything that went along with it, and the reason why is because of the type of gamer you are. And that's what I'm saying is, they changed the way that element is, but is it going to affect it that much? No, because the good players are going to adapt. They're going to continue to. And it just changed the game. So you just made the game harder for people that want the game harder, or you just made the game easier for people that wanted the game easier. You can't have both arguments.
Okay. I mean, what's everybody playing this weekend? I know you're going to be doing Mad Max?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm probably going to be like hopping around in Ark a lot and painting.
I need to finish Second Son. I think I'm going to try to do that today. I mean, I'm like 45% of the way done now, so hasn't been that long, but the game's really fun. It's really been great, and I'm enjoying it. So I think I'm going to try to finish that today, since we got all of our neighbor stuff stolen yesterday. Since we
didn't steal it, we claimed it. It was abandoned. We claimed it.
That's right. We didn't want those poor dinosaurs to starve to death, or the monkeys. So we claimed them so that we could take care of them. And we also claimed all of his leftover supplies because
We need.
they were going to go to
supplies.
waste. And, why would you do that? Don't be wasteful, right? Maybe that's the lesson of Ark. Don't be wasteful.
Right.
Chicken, what are you playing this weekend?
I have no idea. Splatoon. I got Splatoon from GameFly.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Awesome.
It is awesome. I played a little bit of it, and it is really fun. I've got to say. I've been totally stoked to play it now that I finally get to play it.
How is the non-communication, like not having communication in there? How does that factor?
Doesn't bother me at all. I play a lot of games without communication, but it's a very, very, very simple kind of mechanic. You and your team, you have one fucking objective: paint the goddamn map. Like, that's it. You don't have to communicate or anything like that.
Go Bob Ross all over it.
Yeah, you just run around and squirt your little gun at the walls and at the floor and whatnot, and you can jump to your teammates. You kind of watch each other's back and whatnot, and someone's got a big roller, and they just kind of roll down the thing, and I'm running behind it with my gun or in little squid form and whatnot. And then if somebody comes up on us, I just start shooting them and throw little paint bombs at them. It's pretty neat. Like, I usually just sit in the ink, throw a bomb, sit in the ink, throw a bomb, sit in the ink, throw a bomb, kill somebody.
You don't kill them. You just make them respawn.
Yeah.
Because it's Nintendo and nobody dies.
They ink.
Yes.
They ink apart and have
They
to go
ink
back.
apart.
Bowser never dies when he falls.
Yeah, they
Like,
ink apart
right?
and have to go back. And then you could tap on your little Wii pad and fly to one of your teammates' position. And I have to praise this. In the lobby, on your Wii pad, while you're waiting, you have a mini game that you're allowed to play on your Wii pad while you wait. It's a little like platform game, but it's very simple. But it gives me something to do while I'm just kind of sitting there. And it saves your progress every single time. Like, you pick up exactly where you left off in your next lobby. So you're always just kind of, working up the levels and whatnot. It's a neat little aspect that they put in there.
So what's the concept of that game?
You're a little squid, and you have to bounce up to the platforms, and you have to move up to the top and get the little bird thing, which finishes the level before the water rises and kills you. So you're just kind of racing against the clock. It's a neat little game. I mean, I'm not expecting fucking Call of Duty while I wait for the damn game to start up. But
it wouldn't run on the system anyway.
Yeah, graphics too good.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I thought that was really fucking neat. I didn't even know about it for like the first 3 games. I looked down, it's like, what the hell's this? Press start. Oh, cool, little game to play. And then I died. I was like, I don't know how to play.
I suck at this. Ah.
If they actually toned and did the graphics down to what they did on the new Call of Duty, it might actually work on the Wii U.
There you go.
Oh, good, fair
Let's see
enough.
what
Maybe
we
that's
get
why they
for
did
it.
it. Maybe they're expecting a Wii U release.
There you go.
Then you don't have to
Call of
hear
Duty.
this. What do you call them? Squealers?
Squeakers.
Squeakers.
Squealers.
Squeakers, because there's no.
I totally got you guys.
Yeah.
Shut up, kid. I dealt with enough
Damn it,
of them
Carl.
back in the day.
Get in the house.
Get in the
Put
RV,
its clothes
Carl.
in there. Get in the house, Carl.
Get the lasagna, Carl.
It's on fire. I don't care.
Get in the
Get the
house.
goddamn house. That's what you deserve. All right. Sorry, totally sidetracked with Carl.
Yes,
Can't
but
help
yeah,
it.
Yep.
I totally recommend Splatoon. Me and Red are probably going to play some later on. So,
Awesome.
yes. And we got Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah, we'll be playing that at some point.
Oh, sorry. Batmobile Arkham Knight. My bad. My bad.
Yep, pretty much.
And they should have actually
I
given it a
still-
Batmobile-centric name.
I don't know. Getting around the city, I didn't use the Batmobile quite as often, probably as what most people did. I just went, fuck it, I'm just gonna glide everywhere.
Hell yeah, that's the
Oh,
point,
that's what I do too. Is glide most of the places because I didn't want to use the Batmobile. But then you have missions that you have to use the Batmobile.
You're
That's
like,
what
oh.
Fuck it. Yeah, like some of them are like the Riddler's racing deals where you have to do. It's like,
Yeah.
that doesn't really fit the Riddler though.
It's like he
Doesn't
just
matter.
wanted
Game
you to
mechanics.
bust out the Batmobile, and all the other games he's like, oh, you could just figure these out. This one he's like, hey, he's got a Batmobile. Let's make him race. It's like, no,
Maybe
I-
he just likes
Well, they're not
fast
regular
cars.
races. There's actually a pattern, like a puzzle to the whole thing, which I get that part of it. The part that drove me crazy was they were like, okay, you have a remote control to your Batmobile, so there are going to be puzzles you have to solve with the remote control and Batman and the Batmobile and be able to move the Batmobile
like the
around.
trifecta.
And I'm like, are you serious? Why am I doing this? Okay.
Oh my God.
Because Riddler said so, and you need those damn trophies.
Yeah. Well, and
He's
he had,
running out of ideas.
Yeah, you need to get all the trophies and 100% so you actually get to see the ending of the game.
Yeah, right? Oh my God.
Yes.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get out of here. I hate you people.
Bye. Stop stream. I'm just joking.
Last word of the stream. Grif hates everyone. Got it.
Yeah. Quoted on stream. Grif hates everybody.
we do appreciate everybody that hangs out with us each and every week for checking us audio wise. Make sure that you check us out at twitch.tv/infinite res, infinite respawn PC. So you get on there and come in and be part of the show. We highly recommend it because, well, you know, Grif and Baka and Chicken. Why not? Also, make sure that you go to our website, infinitereспc.com. Get on there, join the forums, hang out with Grif because she's usually the one's on the most of the time, and she spends a lot of time trying to make sure that the bots don't take over the entire website.
Bots.
Stupid bots. Check us out on Steam as well with IR Gaming or Infinite Respawn PC. You can check us out on Twitter. Twitter.com/Infinite Res PC, or you can check me out personally at MDB Oak Tree. You can check out Grif
At Grif Slanum.
You can check out Chicken
At Elite Chicken 313.
You can check out Baka.
At Baka Pickle.
For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Grif.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
See ya.
Later. Oh my God, you're ruining the song, Baka.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta redo the whole podcast. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. We're gonna restart. Peace.
Nope.
Now restarting.